Her face was barely identifiable. She had a bullet in her left cheek and through her forehead. Part of her skull had been dented in above her ear. So let's head back to Mansfield, Texas. Adrienne was the textbook definition of the popular girl. She was a track star with a pretty face that definitely caught the eye of most boys. It was Sunday, December 3rd, 1995. Adrienne took the portable phone to her bedroom and then walked around the house chatting while puttering around with laundry and a few other things. But Adrienne wasn't planning to go to sleep anytime soon. Instead, she waited until everything was quiet, and sometime between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., she slipped past her parents' bedroom and out the front door of the house completely unnoticed. Around 6 a.m. the following morning, Linda woke up to the sound of Adrienne's alarm clock ringing in her room. After realizing Adrienne wasn't doing anything to turn the alarm off, Linda got up groggily and wandered into her daughter's room, only to find that Adrienne wasn't there and her bed was neatly made. Now, Linda's first instinct is Adrienne just went out for an early morning run, but by 8 a.m., when Adrienne still wasn't back, Linda started to panic. She immediately called the Mansfield police, who sent an officer to the house to help them file a missing persons report. Meanwhile, 20 miles away, an officer in Grand Prairie, Texas, is responding to a different 911 call. It's from a local who noticed something that morning on his drive to work. He saw what he thought was a body lying behind some barbed wire fence on a quiet stretch of road. When police arrived, they realized it was the body of a teenage girl, but her face was barely identifiable. She had a bullet in her left cheek and through her forehead. Part of her skull had been dented in above her ear. So while the girl had no identification on her, she did have a t-shirt on that read Cross Country Regionals 1995. Plus, there were a few telling clues about what might have happened. Like, the girl appeared to be clutching the grass, which told detectives this was where she than rather where she had been moved and left after she was killed. And it only took a few hours for them to realize the Jane Doe matched a missing persons case that had just been reported over in Mansfield. The deceased body was 16-year-old Adrienne Jessica
16.
Jones.
So young, man.
So one of the first things detectives need to rule out after making the connection is this an abduction? There's no indication of a struggle in Adrienne's home. Plus, the autopsy doesn't show any signs that Adrienne was restrained or bound. She also didn't really have any defensive wounds of any kind. So they quickly realized that Adrienne must have willingly left her house, whether that was with the attacker or not. But this also told them that she probably knew her attacker.